Jumbo, everyone.
Harambe.
And welcome to another edition of
The Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
The Magic Our Way podcast.
They are truly magical and whatnot.
Asante Sana, everyone. You are listening to the Magic Our Way podcast from New Orleans, Louisiana, in the United States of America. We are artistic buffs talking about Disney stuff. And this is the show in which every opinion is welcome. MagicOurWay.com is where you can find us. For this episode, we present part 2 of us helping a long time a weekend with some Walt Disney World trip planning. And look, this isn't your typical polished, practiced, pixie dust and Disney podcast. No! We are not in the stock market every day trying to tell you if Disney stock is worth a damn.
That's right, Kev. We're here to drink, talk some Disney, and tell you how to have some fun in the most Marvel-less place on Earth.
That's right, because when it comes to Disney, while we keep you thinking, we still gonna be drinking.
My name is Kevin.
I'm Danny.
I'm Eli.
And Lee. And hey, man, you need help with your Disney plans? Call me. I'm your man.
Hey!
So enough of our jibber jabber. Let's continue our trip planning. Welcome to the Hub, and as we mentioned, this is part 2 of our trip planning episode for Courtney D. She had sent us an email, and before I get into all this, Danny, I saw what you did there. I saw what you did there with the Marvel-less.
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 Not Marvel-less.
Not
Marvel-less.
Marvel-less, yeah. Because
less, Kevin.
Give you some background. Courtney and her family, they're Disneyland people, and this is their first trip to Walt Disney World. And as you know, if you know the drama with Universal and Walt Disney and Disney, we don't have Marvel in the park.
That's right. They don't know the drama, so tell their mama, Kevin.
Yeah. So they are Marvel-less kind of stuff. So speaking of Marvel...
Yeah.
We got a guy on the show that does things with comics, man. Why don't you tell them a little bit how they can get some of your wares?
Oh, man, yes. It's a pleasure, as always. I appreciate the support I always get, so you can always go to www.ivorycomics.com and see what I have for Project Geisha. That's like a geisha vigilante, prowling the streets, saving lives, helping people. You got to love that. You can see Savages. That's a story about, like, animals running wild in the zoo that's built in New Orleans, and there's like a handful of security guards that are made to stop it. They all have their own individual personalities.
And Eli was there when the animals ran wild in the zoo.
I did. That's what inspired it.
Specifically that jaguar, yes.
Yes.
It's like Girls Gone Wild, but not.
It does.
Jaguar went wild.
It went wild. It's a personal tale. Absolutely.
Going around flashing everybody.
Flashing it like, hey, come on back. I ain't got time for that. Look, I'm not. All right, just really quick. Gorilla got loose one time for the zoo open. Like, a bunch of stuff happened. So that's kind of what spurred it. So it's a passion project, if you will.
So it went and found you and gave you a dap and then went back in its cage, right?
No. He can't divulge that. That's for the Patreon.
Oh, that's for the Patreon.
Yeah, that's a story for another time. But
if y'all want to know how many animals got loose on Eli's
watch, yes.
Patreon.com/Magic Our Way. Do it.
He's a comic guru, but not a zookeeper.
No, not a zookeeper.
Not a zookeeper.
No. But these are things that always inspire you. You always are welcome to go to Patreon page. Well, what made you decide to do this? What made you decide to make a geisha vigilante? What made you want to work on animals with jetpacks flying out like people trying to stop them? What made you want to get to making a pirates going into the underworld thing before Pirates of the Caribbean, the movie, came out? This man can attest to that here. I made that book before it came out in the show. So, yes, as always, the link to this podcast is in the Ivory Comics website, so you never miss an episode or what happens or how does something go down. It's all synergy here. There's blogs and interviews, so there's good stuff in there. There's some good comic goodness. It's full color, no advertisements. Get all that. There's more pages than what you would get in a DC or Marvel Comics page. The average comic page is like 22 pages. I give you over 30. That's what I'm saying. That's from the heart.
And our link to his comic books, ivorycomics.com, is also on our website. So you can go to our website and go to his stuff.
That's right, because his link is Too Buku.
That's right.
Buku. Get all love, guys. That's indie, baby. But thank you guys for the support, and it's always a pleasure to share the artistic vision with you gentlemen.
Awesome. And so, look, just to remind you guys, we have Courtney. We're planning a trip for their family. As I mentioned in the beginning, it's their first time to Walt Disney World as Disneyland people. They're a family of 5. We got Courtney, Hubs, 12-year-old, and 3-year-old twins, plus the dad and a stepmom. So we got some grandparents on this trip for 7-day park hoppers, almost 2 weeks of awesome fun in Central Florida. And we're here to talk about Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom and everything else outside of the world. Check out our first episode before this where we talk about Magic Kingdom as well as Epcot. A lot of good information there if you're planning a trip as well. And if you are planning a trip and you want a Disney travel agent, you can book it through Lee. Lee, how do they book with you, sir?
All right, guys. Well, my goal is to make this trip as if it's my own. I want to treat it as if it's my vacation that I'm booking and planning out. And hopefully we can create some wonderful memories for you and your family to think about for years to come. So if you want to book with me, you can just email me at lee@magicourway.com. You can call me at 832-431-1621. On Instagram, you got a friend in Lee Travel. And on TikTok, you got a friend in Lee. And if you do any of that, we'll get you hooked up and booked up with no
Hasselvika!
All right, guys. So, look, we talked about Magic Kingdom and Epcot, and she had specific questions she wanted us to address, and I'll review those here as well. For this show, as I mentioned, we're talking about Hollywood Studios, Animal Kingdom, and everything else outside of the world. So, let us begin with Hollywood Studios. And just a reminder, she asked for one dining reservation suggestion per park. Her stipulations is like they don't love the idea of spending too much time with sit-down meals on a park unless it's totally worth it. And they are more of counter service type family, plus lots of snacks to make time for more attractions. And last episode, we gave some maybe dining reservations if appropriate, plus counter service reservations. So we are starting with Hollywood Studios and dining. One of our favorite things that we love doing in the parks is eating. I would even suggest throwing out Baseline Tap House.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it's counter service
100%.
technically. Yeah, Baseline Tap House, I think we would all agree is a great time.
Yeah, that's a chill point.
That is good. I don't know if there's much for the kiddies over there to do, but
Big
my
old
God.
pretzel?
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
huge pretzel.
Huge
Do all
pretzel.
that.
Yeah, Baseline Tap House is a must stop.
Yeah.
I would say that. I mean, I don't even look at it as dining. Like, I would say, okay, so you're like,
It's snack. They talk about snack. Yeah.
she said something like, don't mention restaurants unless they're really worth doing.
Right.
Hollywood Brown Derby is worth doing.
Absolutely.
I
yes.
was waiting for that
Hollywood
time,
Brown
but
Derby.
absolutely, positively.
I talked about it on my trip report a few weeks back, and we've talked about it before on this show a lot of times, but Hollywood Brown Derby is definitely a special place.
I would say that the best dining in Hollywood Studios is Hollywood Brown Derby. Period, point blank, no doubt about it. The food, the atmosphere, just the quality, the fact that it's such a great restaurant inside
Yep.
the park. It reminds me a lot of Carthay Circle in that respect, that it's something that's very, not high-end is not the right word, but it is something that's unique and very a different experience than any other theme park you're going to eat in. And so, boom. The only caveat I will say is that if you don't want to spend the time dining, if you want to maybe get something that's a little quicker, but it still requires a reservation, I would go with 50s Prime Time.
Yeah, a lot of people do swear by 50s prime
Yeah,
time.
I mean,
Yeah.
I always go there or sci-fi, but I would give the edge to 50s just for the food. But again, I think you'll get in and out faster than Hollywood Brown Derby. Brown Derby is going to be a little more laid back. It's going to be a little more chill. You're going to be taking your time and savoring the experience. Whereas 50s, you're going to get in, get your food, good deal, let's go.
No, you're going to get yelled at, too.
Yeah, that's probably what show up if I went into the 50s.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
If you went,
that.
oh damn!
No, 50s prime time is period accurate. You wouldn't be allowed.
I wouldn't be allowed in there, yeah. That's why I've never eaten there. I don't know what it's like. So I go to Brown Derby. I was like, I got a shot there.
Yes. 60s, 70s, a little bit more.
Yeah, that's a little fuzzy.
I'll slightly disagree and say that my family went to Brown Derby and we were done in like an hour and a half.
It's efficient.
I would
I
agree.
mean, you can definitely do a typical meal, if you just relax it, just take an hour and a
Yeah.
half. I mean, we're not talking about 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or anything like that for any sit down. But I think you could do it in an hour because those servers are really, really good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and so they will serve you, they'll get you going, and they'll turn around the table no problem, or they'll go as fast or as slow as you want.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. Eli and I can attest to that because
Yeah.
we were waiting to surprise you guys, realized y'all were on a ride, decided we had enough time for dinner, ate, and still was able to shock you guys.
Yeah, I was going to say, we talked to some people. I threw out some story ideas to him. I mean, like, yeah, we were there for a decent amount of
We
time.
were there for
Yeah.
as long as we wanted to be.
So Hollywood Brown Derby for sure. We got 50s out there as a suggestion. I mentioned Baseline Tap House.
But if you're asking for a consensus,
yes.
Yeah.
Hollywood Brown Derby.
Brown Derby. Bar none.
Hollywood Brown Derby, bar
Yes.
none. Please do it. It's well worth. It's the creme de la creme of in-park dining.
It's a very good restaurant. I would definitely agree. So
Guess who all the characters are on the wall? That'll take up a lot of time there for you.
And I don't even like giving Hollywood Studios that much kudos. So there you go, Kirk.
Is there any other like decent counter service in Hollywood Studios?
Commissary is okay. I'm not going to say it's the best.
Yeah.
Pretty lackluster. No.
What did y'all think? I've still never eaten there, but Ronto Roasters. What do y'all think of that counter service? I mean, they have it out there, so I mean, Courtney, I don't suggest going there.
That's decent. That's decent breakfast if you in a rush.
I would do Docking Bay 7 before I do Ronto Roasters.
I'm with Lee on that one. Yes.
And you're with Kirk too. Kirk's right there going, "Yep, I'm with you too, Danny."
Yeah.
That's right, Chef.
Wherever Kirk is, I'm mostly with him.
I would say it was good breakfast though.
I don't know Woody's lunchbox too well. I've never eaten there either, but
No, I haven't eaten there yet either.
I can't remember the other place. God dog.
Anaheim Produce or whatever that the market Sunshine. Not Sunshine.
I've eaten over there. That's fine.
I mean, but it's all just typical hot dogs and hamburgers and
The purple.
good.
No, you're right. Let's recalibrate here a little bit. There is no decent counter service over there. So if you're going to go do dining at Hollywood Studios, just call it Brown Derby. Let 50s prime time be your deep backup.
Yep.
And that's it.
Way deep.
And then
Yeah.
Baseline for a unique snack.
Yes.
How about that? I mean,
Yeah,
your typical
Baseline's
little
a
pub
good
kind of
snack.
thing. It's a good
yeah,
snack.
maybe hop over. Well, that's more of offsite, but you could hop over to Beaches and Cream.
Well, they're going to be right there at Beaches and Cream. So
Yeah,
you can go there every morning.
Yeah, they could do
True
beef
that.
too.
They're staying
That's
there.
ADR.
Yeah, they're staying
Make
there.
sure they
True
get ADR for that. I'm trying to think. I mean, you're right. I don't know if any other
Pizza Rizzo? No.
I would go to Pizza Rizzo and just walk around and check it out, but I don't really feel the need to eat there. I mean,
No.
I ate there the last time, and it's just typical crappy Disney pizza.
Yeah.
It's really nothing special at all. Not even a little bit.
Yeah, no, I mean, the more we're talking this through, and again, listeners, please correct us.
Yes.
There's so many locals that listen to the show, and I don't think they're going to disagree with us, but here's the gauntlet. It's been dropped. If we're wrong on anything, please, by all means, and we'll air your email. We'll read
every
it out.
opinion's welcome, for sure.
Every opinion's welcome, and I'm sure Courtney will appreciate a diverse set of opinions, but I'm thinking if you're going to go eat at Hollywood Studios, it's Brown Derby, ride or die.
Yeah,
I totally
I
agree.
even used to like Men and Bills, but they changed the menu there, and they don't have like the chicken Caesar wrap they used to have, and some other things that I thought were good. There. I don't go there either.
Mama Melrose too. I mean, not as good.
That's table service.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of anything food wise.
Yeah, anything food.
And it's not that easy of an exercise.
Other
It
than
really
Brown
is.
Derby, yeah.
Yeah, it's Brown Derby. That's it.
I will recommend the bathrooms by the entrance of Toy Story Mania.
To eat at?
Yeah.
No, not the after you're done eating.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
No.
Just want to make sure for
Close
clarification.
to One Man's Dream, close to...
Recommend Gonzo's bathrooms over there.
yeah, you can do that too. There you go.
That's
Yeah.
where you take the tuna carpaccio right there.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Tuna carpaccio and East Wild
Well, that's
at
when
Brown Derby? Yes.
That's only for when the tuna is swimming upstream.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Is this where you got caught in your stories with the toilet paper? Not there, right?
No. That was Living
that's-
Seas. Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
God. Thank goodness.
No,
Thank goodness. Thank goodness.
This is on my list of recommended bathrooms.
No, for the sake of
Yes.
our listener, like, let's make sure they go to places where they got toilet paper.
Yeah, they should
Yeah.
be good there because they take care of it.
Because I cried for you when I heard that story, Cam.
Be on the lookout, listeners, for the official Magic Our Way book, a first book by the Magic Our Way cast of the recommended bathrooms, because you haven't seen that yet, and we're gonna.
And it should
We'll
be
put
out
together a little
there.
guidebook for
That's
you.
right.
A little Imagineering guide to bathrooms.
Code B.
It's a good title.
So that's our dining reservations, would
That's
you
a
say?
dining reservation. Yes.
Okay, awesome. All right, so let's move on to attractions. Just to remind us, the 12-year-old does not ride anything with any drops or things that give her the little butterfly sensations, like
Yeah.
Radiator Springs, kind of like the little bunny hops. So
They'll be
consider
having
right
it
there.
soon enough, but Mickey and Minnie Runaway Railway, I think, has got to be at the top of that
Oh,
list.
absolutely. You definitely
that's
got to ride
pretty.
that.
That's pretty chill.
They'll
Visually
have it
interesting.
soon enough. They lost Muppet Vision 3D, so that's something for them to check out. I bet you it's been a while since they've had that.
We have the original.
Yeah, well, yeah, oh my God, yeah,
Oh, you
but
could
you know,
check that out.
they whittled away at that, but
Yeah.
that's something to behold. It won't be for the little ones, but you got to check out the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. That might be like a adult only thing. Mom and Dad, please watch the kids.
Or Child Swap, maybe, yeah.
You've got to experience the
It's the
original.
original, yeah.
And yeah, I mean, and I do like the Guardians of the Galaxy, whatever.
Mission Breakout.
Yeah, Mission Breakout. I do like it, but I really love Tower of Terror.
Yeah, it's not even a fair comparison.
No, it's all for the.
It was the
property.
original. It's a nice little history piece.
If you haven't seen Indiana Jones and you haven't seen anything about it on YouTube, I guess it's worth checking out at
The
least
stunt
once.
spectacular.
Yeah,
I guess so.
But
yeah.
it's an original attraction, and
is.
for the history of it, why not? Slinky Dog Dash, again, if your kids are wearing thicker shoes, I think you could probably pull that one off.
That's a good coaster. I
it's
mean,
a good coaster. It's deceptively good.
if you have to child swap, you could. But I mean, I know the adults will enjoy it. I would put it in the intermediate class of coasters.
Well, the good thing too with Slinky Dog is that the 12-year-old can see it and be like, okay, I'll do that, or I won't do that. You know, there's no surprises there. It's not like they go into like a dark tunnel and they got these drops or anything like that. Like she'll be able to see, like, okay, no, I don't think I can handle that. All right, no problem.
I mean, I guess Rock and Roller Coaster. They don't have that out there. I don't think.
It's basically Incredicoaster indoors.
Yeah, there's not many drops. It's fast. Boom, boom.
Yeah, it's indoors and it's a little different loops. I mean, they don't have the big loop in Incredicoaster. They have like the Cobra Roll plus a corkscrew, and that's about it.
Yeah. But if you want
Yeah.
to check it out for the sake of checking it out, it's a kidless attraction. Absolutely.
That's a child swap thing for sure.
Tell them kids don't turn their head before that thing launched though. Tell them that.
Yeah, I'll say this: don't even worry about Phantasmic.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Oh,
Like,
that's a great piece of advice.
I mean,
you're going to be sorely disappointed after having experienced your Phantasmic. I think even like they should just call it something else. You know, like why call it Phantasmic? Because it has not even close to the show that Disneyland has. Just name it. Just retheme it.
Lee-tastic.
They should call it Phantaz-like.
Fantastic. I hope you like.
Phantaz...
Like.
Oh, light or like.
I hope you like.
whatever.
Diet Phantasmic.
Yeah.
Want a fan to like.
It's like Phantaz, but with 100% less
Fantastic.
of the goodness.
It's like Madonna, right? Like a virgin, but not really.
Like a virgin,
Like a virgin.
but not really, but different.
So, have they been like? I wish I knew if they went to Star Wars Land.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm sure they have. I'm sure they have.
If they haven't, well, we're seeing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Technically, I think we have the original, right?
Technically.
technically.
Yeah, we had it first.
I think Disneyland's transition to Star Wars Land is better than what we have. Ours is kind of abrupt, especially coming from the Toy Story Land side. But
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
agree with that.
yeah, it's basically the same.
But I was gonna say because I don't know if they did Smuggler's Run, but that's perfect. I
Yeah,
mean,
they
that's-
did.
Yeah, they got all there.
No, I'm saying
Remember, I left a quarter on the thing.
No. I know we did. I'm saying I didn't know if our listener did it.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
if they visited it.
Yeah.
Is there Star Tours out in still Disneyland? I don't remember.
Yes. It's
There is, right?
In
It's
Magic
in Tomorrowland.
Kingdom.
It's Magic Kingdom. Okay,
Yeah.
I mean, it's in Disneyland.
Our
Disneyland.
yeah.
It's in Tomorrowland.
Right.
Okay. So they still have that. That's strange.
But there's alien swirling saucers for the kiddies. I guess that'd be like...
It's just like the Mater's Junkyard Jamboree. Yeah. There's the Lightning's Racing Academy, which is nothing.
No.
But I know they don't have that. But it's
I mean,
really
that's
nothing.
something that the grandparents take the kids to go do while the parents ride rock and roll.
Yes,
Exactly.
that's perfect. No, I think that's a great idea, Lee. That's a great way to play it for sure. Get that maybe a Genie Plus or a Lightning Lane or something, whatever.
And Beauty Beast live on stage. They have that at Disneyland or no?
I don't think so. They don't have a stage show like that.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think they had that stage show over there back...
What's the one we saw in Disneyland? We saw
Oh, man. I know what you're talking about.
Oh,
Then-
the Magic Map.
There you go.
Yeah, the magic.
Thank you.
Mickey's Magic Map or
it.
something.
So it's
I
pretty
was
similar to that.
Struggling.
Yeah. The same type of show. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Beauty and Beast story, but same type of show. But I mean, listen to Lee's episodes and check out all the details.
Yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
did you notice?
Yeah, there's a bunch of
Yeah.
details in there that you might dig. A lot of which you might recognize because if you're out from the West Coast, for sure. Who knows? All right, so we got attractions. Anything else that we should recommend in the parks?
Nope.
Definitely take the Skyliner to Hollywood Studios because you can do that. Don't worry about the bus or minivans unless you want to ride a minivan. But for the big group as yours, I'd say y'all could all fit in a Skyliner easily and just go over there. All right, moving away from Hollywood Studios, now we're going to Animal Kingdom Park. Once again, we're back to dining, reservation, or counter service, or sit down. What say we about dining in Animal Kingdom?
All kind of dining you can do up in there.
Yeah.
Well, we did say, what was the one of the things? Harambe Market,
Harambe
right?
Market,
Was a big thing.
absolutely.
Harambe Market is a really good counter service option. The only thing is you're going to be dining in the heat, but it's January. You'll live.
It'll be
You-
fine.
But
Yeah.
you get some nice centaur music.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Well,
shade.
variety. There's a lot of variety for sure.
Sure.
Good entertainment. I mean, that's a great area. I would almost suggest maybe leaving the park and going to the lodge and hitting up Sanaa. I love Sanaa.
Ooh.
That is unique, a place to eat.
Yeah.
And it's very delicious. And it's not that far from the park. You can take a bus easily and head back to the park just as quick.
Well, an outdoor table over at Nomad Lounge.
Yes.
As far as a dining reservation, I would go with Sanaa before anything else. Now,
Anything else in the park? Is that what you're saying?
yeah, other than the park.
Anything else would be uncivilized.
I would maybe go with Tiffin's, but I wasn't just terribly blown away with Tiffin's when I went last time.
It used to be really good, and then it just kind of went down.
Even the waiters will acknowledge, we used to have some cool shit over here.
It was
but
exotic.
It's kind of, don't get me wrong, the food's still very good. It's probably
It's a shadow of what it used to
within
be.
the top 5 of the in-park dining. I
Okay.
would say
That's
it
fair.
still deserves to be there, but
It doesn't give you the Craven the Hunter feel.
well, I don't know about Craven the Hunter.
Well, as far as the menu,
I know what you mean. No, I totally do. It doesn't give you that unique once in a life, like this is something I had to do.
Yeah, the first menu.
Oh, the first time, my first visit when I went there, I wanted to go back instantly.
Yeah, absolutely.
The second visit,
100%.
but I will go back to what Danny had just mentioned a little bit a second earlier. Is the Nomad Lounge is fine.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I could live with Nomad Lounge, no problem. You don't have to go in the restaurant. It's attached to the restaurant, so same kitchen.
It's chill.
especially if you can get an outdoor table in
Yeah.
January, just kind of overlooking there's people going back and forth over that bridge, and you're able to sit outside. Now, they'll tell you that thing is booked by the Russo party, but don't believe them.
Don't believe them. They're invisible.
The Russos are not real. I guarantee you.
The cake, is that real?
The truth is out there.
Yeah,
That's right.
They ain't even there. They ain't even there.
All right.
Even counter service, I do Flame Tree Barbecue.
Oh, Flame Tree, yeah.
That's a good.
Flame Tree's not bad.
Good tip.
You know, I'll even give a shout out as far as sit down at Tusker House. I do like Tusker House.
I like Tusker House too.
It's very unique for dinner, and also they have the character. At least they did have the character. Beverly, you can
They
correct
do,
me.
yeah, they do have
They
characters.
still do it, right? So if they wanted a character meal in the park, they could consider that. But I think like the African flavors, the African offerings that they have are very unique, and they have a little bit of kick and spice, which is fun, at least for my taste buds. And it's more unique than anything else in and around the world, I would say.
So have you been to Yak and Yeti? I have yet to be there, but a lot of people like it. But I have personally not been to Yak and Yeti.
That is my holy grail of the animal kingdom, is the Yak and Yeti restaurant. Like, it's never been good enough to try yet. Like, where it's like I'm gonna put it on there, but like one of these days I'm gonna be like, you know what? Screw it, it's time. Yak and Yeti, because I do want to do it because I've had the outdoor dining.
And I'll piggyback off that. I've had the outdoor dining, and it reminds me just like to go Chinese.
Yes.
And
Okay.
it's okay, but I can't. I don't want to judge it on that because I've never done the sit down
Yes.
version of Yak and Yeti, so I don't want to. But the outside, yeah, that's like Panda.
Like Panda Express.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it reminds
Oh,
me of Panda.
Lord.
I'd get orange chicken and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no doubt.
But
no
the
doubt.
indoor, I don't know what the indoor is like.
But the decor is no joke. It looks kind
it
of
does.
cool.
Yeah.
I'd really like to do it, but over Tiffin's, never.
Yeah, no, I definitely would not say over Tiffin's.
Never. Yeah.
So okay, let's just nail it down. If they don't want to leave the park and they want a dining reservation, do you do Tiffin's or do you do Tusker House?
Right
Tiffin's.
now, I might choose Tusker House right now over Tiffin's just because of my last experience with Tiffin's.
I would say for this family, I would say Tusker House also.
But I like Nomad Lounge.
No, but that's not table service. That's walk up. There's no reservations for Nomad Lounge.
Yeah, but I was served at the table. It's not a counter service, so it definitely doesn't
No,
qualify
but
for that.
I'm saying, do you have to make a reservation? What do
No, but
do?
you still get served at the table.
But I'm saying, like, if you had to make a dining reservation in Animal Kingdom, what would you do?
I would pick Tusker House. At this
Me too.
time. I used to want to pick Tiffin's, but it's kind of gotten hard.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I would not say that I've had a bad meal, but that just kind of shows you how high the bar is.
Yeah.
For Tiffin's. I would never say I had a bad meal at Tiffin's. I would say the bar is so high that when they didn't exceed expectations, it became noticeable.
And they set it. They set
Yes.
that bar.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
You know,
Oh, my God.
I
Yeah.
expect that bar when I go back. And now, maybe I'm just angry.
Yeah. I think you are. I think
Damn you,
there's
Tiffin's.
a sense of like,
Disappointed in me, motherfucker.
You're angry at me.
look, I mean, Eli and I, wait, no, you weren't there when we did this. No, this was,
I was only there for the first time.
Yes, you were there for the best time.
That's how I do it.
But when we were there last time, I asked him, I'm like, where's the Pappy Van Winkle?
Yeah.
Where's all the different
I remember you saying
things
that.
that you get
Yeah.
to try
remember you saying
that
that.
are just so unique? And he's like, we're trying. Now, he attributed some of this to COVID.
It could be that.
part of this is kind of grading on a curve. Maybe.
I'll take that.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with Tiffin's and believe that we can make Tiffin's great again.
Yeah, and you know, I'll be fair. It's like, with that in mind, I'll go with Tiffin's. I mean, only because Tusker House is a buffet. I love buffets.
Yeah.
But Tusker House is a buffet, but if you want true sit-down service,
Elegance.
then Elegance, Tiffin's would be
And
a good
that
place.
dining area is beautiful.
It's a gorgeous dining area.
Yeah.
I'm willing to
Oh.
give it a shot. Only because of COVID. But so help me if you piss me off again, Tiffin. Down you go on my list,
Kevin's
man.
done with you.
I'm leaving the park. I'm going to Sanaa. Forget
Cutting
you.
you out. You done.
Because Sanaa was pretty damn good.
I gotta say, look, I went when it was nice and pretty and good
Dude, it was
to
awesome.
Tiffin's.
Yeah.
So I have to stick with that. Not to say what I've heard has no relevance, because I mean, geez, you know, y'all my people. I gotta take that.
And we
into account.
love food
Yeah, but
on the show.
Danny will tell you, like, he'll be like, look, this is bad. This is bad. You shouldn't do that. I'll be like, look, I got to do it. I'm going to have to see how it is for myself. He knows that.
Even if it's a female.
Yeah, if it's, you know. But she killed it last week. That's okay. She may not kill me this time. You got to give it a shot.
He doesn't take advice well.
No.
He does have to experience for himself. Yes.
He'll hear it, but he won't adhere to it.
And unfortunately, my kid has inherited that. But, you know, it's so.
That's a whole nother story for another
Yeah,
day.
the whole other
That's
story.
Patreon story.
$600, you can hear all of it. Yeah. But I would have to go with Tiffin's because, look, the experience that I had, my immediate experience, again, it was pre-COVID, to put that context to it, but it was awesome. The whole thing was like, I don't know, it was like a religious ceremony. And
Yes,
I
it was.
cannot say that I've had that experience in a lot of other places in Disney, you know? So I would have to go with that.
Took the place of Artist Point as the most unique dining option.
That's
Yeah.
fair, yeah. And you know, we haven't tried the places in Pandora, but it's to our point.
That's fair.
The places in Pandora are not enough for us to go out of our way.
Well, we did go
above
to
that.
Satuli Canteen.
Satuli Canteen.
It was garbage.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the thing.
If you're into boba balls,
Again,
Yeah.
shout at you. Shout out to Kirk.
yeah,
Yeah.
all you can handle.
Yeah.
All right,
all the
so
balls.
we go on Tiffin's, Sanaa, Tusker House.
In that area, I'd say. I mean, we cheated and went out the park early, and I think
But it's
that's
close
fair.
enough.
I think it's close enough.
I would disagree with that because I can't give it that's another.
You can't talk about Sanaa.
I've never eaten at Sanaa.
That's fair.
Sanaa
That's fair.
absolutely sounds great. We've stayed at Animal Kingdom twice, and just because of lack of trying something new by all parties included, we didn't try African cuisine
Right.
as
Yeah.
we should have because so many people want hot dogs and hamburgers.
Well, again, Sanaa is kind of a cheat because it's not in the park, but it's close enough to where you could probably do it.
It's a quick trip.
Yes.
Yeah.
Totally worth
And
it.
I do want to do Sanaa one of these days. Not
We'll have to
gonna-
do it, yeah. All right, so from dining, of course, we've established that, to attractions. Remember, at the 12-year-old, but again, there is child swap, so that's no problem. Not a lot.
It's going to be tough.
Tough to be a bug. That's about.
That'll terrorize them. You want to put a 3-year-old on it's tough to be a bug? That traumatized my 8-year-old. That sent Hannah out of there crying.
Yeah, well, you know, they toughen up later. But the 12-year-old can take it. That's what I'm thinking about, the 12-year-old, you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The
Yeah.
12-year-old should be able to take it. But I mean, it's a
Probably
terrifi-
not dinosaur for
There's
sure.
a lot happening.
Probably not dinosaur,
Yeah.
but then that goes back what I'm saying. You have the better version in Indy.
This is true.
You call him Dr. Jones?
That's right, doll. I'd call him Dr. Jones. There's a lot of unique things that you probably don't have at Disneyland, like Expedition Everest or the safaris.
Expedition Everest, they can't ride. Flights of Passage, maybe not.
you know,
Maybe not. I don't know. I'm not a fan of Flight of Passage in terms
But they
of.
could be, and they could try it out. They don't have it.
But I mean, there's no way a 3-year-old's getting on that thing.
No. But I
Yeah.
mean, and that's my last point that I was going to make is that just to remember that Courtney's dad and her stepmom are going to be with him as well. So maybe they watch the 3-year-olds while they go into the thing and do something else. Kite tails. There's the Nemo show.
No
which I
kite
don't-
tails.
Don't do kite tails. I mean, you can if you want to be amused for a bit and
Just
walk out.
walk by it, be like, all right, I get it. I understand what it is.
Or your kids can watch the kites float, and you guys can go ride off as adults. On
you go
something.
right on Expedition Everest.
And you could
It's right
duck
there.
the kite.
Duck them all.
Legend of the Lion King, the kids will be able to hang. We have a rapids ride just like y'all, but y'all have the better version with Grizzly Rapid Run, I think. But if it's hot to you guys, and look, that's the thing. It's going to be tough to make a call on attractions because of the time of year. It could be hot as heck. It could be hotter than your typical summer day, evening, in fact. So you might want to cool off in a rapid ride and hit the Cali River Rapids. But you're going to get wet.
Yeah.
you're going to get wet.
Thank you, Stacy.
Absolutely.
That puppy gonna get wet.
And I don't mean to crap on Animal Kingdom. It's probably going to
That's
be
funny.
Yeah.
Because animals in the they'll buy.
Animals
It's
do that.
probably going to be the most beautiful of the 4 theme parks that you step foot into. And
Yeah.
the reveal of that tree is just going to blow your mind. So you've got something really to look forward to there. And soaking in the atmosphere is really a big part of it.
Yes. To be fair, there's a different level of culture. There'll be different things you can eat there and experience as far as just walking around as a group is concerned. That's great food there.
Yeah, definitely.
The Harambe Market.
Good entertainment. I like the entertainment.
Harambe Market is a must do.
The drummers,
Tiffins.
Get
all
your
the different
icy
musicians
while
that
you're
roam
down
around.
there.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, I love it.
The area music is awesome.
Yeah. it
So
is good stuff.
there's some cool trip down stuff.
I would say this, and again, longtime listeners have heard us say this. Basically, if you're going to do Animal Kingdom, and you should, try and do it midday, especially in January. Maybe not so much in June. But if you're doing Animal Kingdom, do it midday. I'm not sure what their hours are. You want to see Avatar Land at night.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah,
Pandora
absolutely.
at night. Absolutely.
Yes, it's a different experience at night. It's so much better. You'll walk through it during the day, and you're like, really? This is it?
Do walk through it through the day so you get that contrast.
Yes.
Yeah.
To Danny's point, it's a big contrast from day to night.
It's like walking through a haunted house with the lights on and walking through it with the lights off.
Yeah, so check it out at night. It's great viewing. Anything else with Animal Kingdom? Was there, so yeah, no, it's not that terribly big of a park. There's some things to do.
Can I just throw one small thing in here? Like, I know that the kids are not going to probably be able to either tall enough to ride Everest, and the 12-year-old probably won't want to ride Everest, but it probably is still worth a walkthrough of that queue and then just take the chicken exit. It's a really cool queue.
It's a Joe Rohde attraction. I think that's kind of fair.
Nicely said.
The whole park is a Joe Rohde attraction. But yeah, no, that's totally fair. It's a pretty good queue area. I would give that. The whole area.
Oh
is
yeah,
gorgeous.
the queue specifically, is very detailed.
Yeah, it's a beautiful park. I mean, I'll give that. And if you can catch Divine, I think that'd be good.
That's one of
That'd be
my
fun.
favorites. Absolutely.
Divine, yeah. I mean, I like it. Kirk loves it too.
Not as much
Divine.
as Hollywood.
You said Divine. Okay,
yeah,
that's a good
I
one to
just
look
said
out for.
Divine. Yeah, Divine would be neat.
Eli dated her at one point.
Kept bringing the stilts for some reason. I don't know what to deal with that.
I don't get it. She left me for a dude that had hairspray. I don't
Hey,
get it. You know?
hey.
And gave you gangrene, but
Hey, you can wash that off.
A little bit of algae between friends. All right, so we're good with Animal Kingdom. Is there any more recommendations we can give her?
See the Tree of Life at night. That's a good one, too.
go there for sure and experience it as
What it is.
just walk it.
Yeah, you
walk
can-
it,
yeah,
experience it.
yeah.
No need to go to Rafiki's Planet Watch. Avoid like the plague. The fruit bat's still over there. Maybe if you really want to see fruit bats.
Oh man, I wish it was in this prime with Birds of Prey.
No birds. You can skip the up show. The only up thing is the Wilderness Explorers.
The Wilderness Explorers, yeah.
For the little ones, yeah, that's the only up thing I would suggest. And you may see Kevin walking around. He does that too. in the
That's
park.
pretty cool.
That's kind of fun to see.
Dino Land's going to be kind of disappointing.
The kids might play in the Boneyard. That's about the only thing I would
The
say.
Boneyard's pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, the Boneyard is.
If you've
they
got
might
young
enjoy that.
ones, the Boneyard is a lot of fun. You might end up spending more time there than what you think.
Yeah, trade off, send them there while y'all go into Dinosaur and experience that. But like I said, y'all have the better version with Indiana Jones. So, all right, cool. So Animal Kingdom's done. So now it's time to talk about everything else in the world.
Oh, wow. Just that?
Yeah, just that. Everything else in the world. I know it's a small thing, but she does have one main question.
Oh, good.
There's a couple of questions. There's one main question that she wants answered. Actually, there's two. I'm sorry. And she says, best character meal, preferably outside of the park, so we can do this on a rest day. Best character meal outside of the parks.
It's real easy if it's open.
You talk about 1900 Park Fair?
1900 Park Fair.
I would agree with that.
It used to be easy if it was open. 1900 Park Fair, bar none.
Although, I would suggest a Topolino's brunch with Mickey and friends.
100%.
1900 Park Fair is not open. I would suggest that too.
That's easy. That's solid. That's solid.
Okay, 1900 Park Fair is closed. I would say, why cause yourself the stress of trying to get to another friggin' dining reservations between park hopping opportunities? Why not just go have brunch or breakfast or whatever over at Cape May Cafe?
Oh, yeah.
And you pretty much have a good sampling of the Disney characters right there, don't you? Mickey, it's Minnie. Well, at least when we went there. Obviously, it's subject to change.
Are they still doing that, Lee?
Oh, I need to check with Cape May and see who's there right now. But again, hopefully by January, everyone's back.
Hopefully, yeah.
It's a good enough sampling of the Fab Five or the Sacred Six, Sensational Six, whatever the hell they call them.
Sinister Six.
It's enough to where you're going to get 4 of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just wake up, you go downstairs, and boom, right there. You have
that's a
character
good
dining.
point. I guess proximity would give it an edge to me.
Over Ohana for character breakfast?
No, not
Okay.
over Ohana.
But
But Ohana,
is it for convenience?
Ohana doesn't have characters right now for breakfast.
Oh, wow.
Get out
Oh,
of
that's
here.
big.
No, what?
Is that real?
That's big.
Yeah. So again, maybe by January they'll be back.
COVID.
I keep seeing
Wow.
posts like, the buffets and the characters.
I was going to
that
say,
come
because
back.
Ohana, like, they have the Wasabi Bloody Marys. They have the Lapu Lapus. They have some really good, unique drinks that only during, well, not only during breakfast, but Wasabi Bloody Mary you can only get during breakfast. I did learn that.
I've yet to go there for breakfast.
Oh,
I
yeah,
always go there
you
for
got
dinner.
it.
I want
It's so much fun. But then they have a little parade around the restaurant with the kids where they do the maracas to a Hawaiian roller coaster ride. And it's kind of a cute thing,
it's party.
especially if you have 3-year-olds, to get that on video. It's so awesome. Mickey's there, Pluto's there, Lilo and Stitch. Really a great one, but if they're not doing it, I hope by January they're done with it.
I hope so.
Okay, hold on. I just looked it up. Starting on September 27th, Lilo and Stitch will return as part of Ohana's Best Friend Breakfast. So
All right.
this article was written on July 6th, so it's pretty
Okay.
recent.
Yeah.
So if they are back, I could go for Ohana for sure.
Yes, you could definitely
Yeah.
do Ohana for sure, if time's a factor in any way.
Yeah.
And the convenience of being able to go right downstairs right after you wake up and have brunch be right there, or breakfast, whatever you want to call it.
Especially on a rest day.
Yeah, on a rest day, that is so worth it. Is Ohana better? Yes, it is better. Is it appreciably better?
Put it this way, Daddy. So there's 3 character buffets outside of the parks, right? So there is Chef Mickey's,
Yeah.
Ohana, and 1900 Park Fair if it's open. Is there any other ones that I'm missing that are breakfast buffets?
Cape May.
Oh, yeah, Kate May. Yeah, Kate
The
May.
Tangled one, but she's not back yet. So again, if she's back, you've got Tangled over at La Trattoria La Forno.
Oh, it's true. Okay, so there's 5 total. I would almost say Ohana, 1900 Park Fair. Over Chef Mickey's for sure.
It's not unfair.
Yeah, it's
Chef
not,
Mickey's is at the bottom. First of all, it's not that great. Second of all, you could just do the same thing over in California, which is the one we went to.
Goofy's Kitchen. Yeah, it's the same thing.
It's kind of like dividing it up into, okay, so if you're talking about best cuisine, Grand Floridian. If you're talking about best characters, Chef Mickey's, because they have the Fab Five.
Yeah.
For sure. If you're talking about best atmosphere, you're talking about Ohana. It's like each of them win on a separate. It feels like this should be a different show.
Yeah, it would be a different show. Yeah,
But it's a good conversation. It's like I could see, and it just depends on the day, whatever you're in the mood for that day. And the Grand Floridian to me has the most unique section. Like if you just looking to hit one character breakfast, then you're probably looking, hey, I can nail Mickey, Minnie, all of them, knock them off right there. But you go to Grand Floridian, you're going to be getting Mary Poppins, Alice, the Mad Hatter, Winnie the Pooh, Tigger.
And you also have 2 different character sets depending on whether you go to breakfast or you go to dinner.
Sure.
So you could do both.
this is true. Yeah,
That's another good point. But it's like the one breakfast spot where you can have your own, and Eli will attest to this. I'm sure he has something to say here because we're all familiar with the omelet story. But it's the only place that I'm aware of where you get your own omelet made.
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Unless the chef ain't paying attention to you.
And put some mushrooms.
But I said, no mushrooms.
No mushrooms.
And then he goes ahead, and what does he do? Put in mushrooms.
Because you're blick.
That's why I don't go to the 50s Cafe.
That's right.
I would have tipped the man extra. For
Well, you
that.
should have had the omelet. I didn't know you wanted it like that.
I
But-
love mushrooms.
No,
man.
I like the thought of options. I like the thought of, people coming by to say hello.
Hey, man, the man was overwhelmed. He was doing a lot.
Like he should have told me that. You know what I'm saying? You know how I work. I need communication. If you say, look, I am really stressed out. I'm about to put mushrooms in anybody's omelet. Would you like mushrooms in your omelet? I say no. And he said, hey, look, come back in 10 minutes.
Maybe he took it as a soft no.
I think, I have that faith. I told you what it was.
Maybe your mouth said no, but your eyes said yes.
No, he was looking at the hot chick that he was trying to get with.
Trying to impress. I remember this.
I
yes.
remember that
Absolutely,
story.
Yeah.
And I was like, look, give her the mushroom. Why you doing this to me? Why I gotta
tell
take
you that this would not be a thing.
Oh, you see, like no one knows me, but when I tell you something that bothers me.
passionate about this.
I'm very passionate about
He
it.
is. He's
I
very
never
serious.
forget. If that dude walked up to me right there and said, "Hell, man, I just need $2," I say, "Hey, what does the mushroom get you?"
We might have to go
This
there.
is Disney 9/11.
I'm about to say
This really
next time we
is.
go to Walt Disney World, we
I'm
might
good.
have to book it, and just for therapy wise, and stress to the omelet chef that please do not put mushrooms in his omelet.
We just show him that not all chefs
are the same.
ignore.
Exactly.
Like there's not a
Yes.
doctrine that has been put out there that all chefs.
It's obvious it's a big stand on 1900 Park Fair for you,
Yes.
and hopefully we can fix that.
That
Maybe.
instance,
I'm not guaranteeing a
I
thing.
love the cake, but look, you were talking about Ohana as well. Ohana, they had something with the juice
Yeah, I remember you all said
and
the
the
juice when
breakfast,
they
and
did.
that was, but
No, that is true. Okay, so we should say that Ohana juice is garbage.
here's your 9/11 right here. Why you getting on me?
Whatever they call that thing, it is like
Traumatized,
a
isn't it?
mutated version of Sunny Delight or something.
Right.
I don't know what
Right.
it is, but it is not good.
It's not right now. What you said about me with that a little look, it does not change my memories.
Yeah, but that juice is consistent.
No, the juice nasty.
Yeah,
It's
consistently nasty.
Look, and whoever's
that
listening,
chef made a mistake.
yeah, we are not endorsing the juice.
Never.
Magic Our Way does not endorse the juice at
Thank
Ohana
you.
breakfast.
Tell him what he said. We don't endorse the juice.
Unless they pay us, in which case,
Juice all day. Oh, this juice is the best.
Put sugar in that, because that juice was good and terrible. Good and terrible. But that doesn't change my experience of enjoying Ohana.
You know, I'll even go to as far as character bets. If you didn't
Yeah.
want a buffet or all you can eat, I would suggest Topolino's. And I know y'all probably haven't been there yet, but
No.
I really did have a great experience at the brunch
Okay.
at Topolino's. It was very good. It's not a buffet. It's not all you can eat.
I don't
You can
care about
order
that.
2 entrees, but you have Mickey, Minnie, Donald, and Daisy. So it's not the Fab Five, but you have
We got the main
strong
dude.
characters.
close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got the main boss. You got Mickey there, and
That's for the
partner.
6. You know, you got it.
And it's a really nice little atmosphere. I love the food. And even before the food, the stuff that they bring out, that little paint bucket with the croissants and the chocolate
Beautiful.
muffins, absolutely amazing. Absolutely
Yeah,
amazing.
beautiful.
So if you didn't want a buffet or something like that, I would suggest the Topolino. Now, Lee's going to tell you that's a hard brunch to get. And it is.
Only for a regular travel agent, or for a super agent like Lee, I imagine he should be able to get you that brunch.
And
That's
this is
right.
way before her deadline, right, Lee? When does she have to book her ADRs? So, Courtney, pay attention. This is when you have to set your alarm on your phone.
She ain't setting shit.
Lee's doing it.
This that travel
It's that
agent
travel
super
agency.
serum.
Damn
No
straight.
one knows about.
But she should get her preferences to Lee before that, right, Lee? So what's the
Yeah,
date, Lee?
so
What's the
we've
date?
already established that I will be doing these dining reservations because it's 5:00 in the morning for me.
Damn
Correct.
straight.
They're on the West Coast, so that's like 4 or 3:00 in the morning, depending on the time difference.
They got better things to
So
do.
no, I'm like, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. But yeah, November 18th, we can do
November
their dining
18th, just before Thanksgiving.
I like those words of confidence. Don't worry about it. I'll take
You know
care
what?
of it.
Oh man, November 18th is Lee and his wife's anniversary, so you're gonna have to pretty much go to bed early that day, right? Just
No, it's all right. I'm doing the dining reservations in the morning. I'm doing the wife at night.
Oh,
you see how I tried to make it an innocent kind of like, look at him, he'll forego his anniversary.
he's honest.
He's honest. He tells you like it is. I put my customers on my lady.
Let me just put this in perspective. She did say best character meal, so this doesn't have to be breakfast. Is there anything that you would say, take breakfast out of the equation? Is there anything you didn't say, well, I would do this instead?
Are there any other character meals outside of that, though? I mean, I know 1900 Park Fair is all day characters.
You got Storybook.
Ohana
you got
is not.
Crystal Palace.
Storybook is
Well, you could go back to Cinderella's royal table if they're in the
outside of the park.
princesses.
They want to be outside of the parks. She specifically said outside of the park
Outside of the park.
because they want to do it on a rest day.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Outside the park, yeah.
So it's Storybook Dining versus 1900 Park Fair, basically, because nobody else.
For dinner?
I mean, if you're thinking about if they want to do dinner, that's the only other character meals, right? Because everybody else is just brunch or breakfast. Or Chef Mickey's. Chef Mickey's is a
Breakfast,
dinner
lunch,
too,
and
right?
dinner.
Yeah.
So Chef Mickey's all day, 1900 Park Fair is all day, but they're different cast in the afternoon.
1900 Park Fair is great, but if we're talking about dinner, that is a unique experience over at.
It's at Artist
Artist
Point.
Point.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree with that.
Now you got to be in the dwarves, though. I mean, you really got to be in the Snow White. I mean,
You gotta be in the dwarves.
yeah. Oh, I didn't mean to. Man, you made that sound dirty.
Wow. Have you met Kevin?
All 7 of them, baby.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
You gotta hurt your back patting them on the ball.
Pop, pop.
You only need 2 fingers.
Just to say it officially, if you're going to do Chef Mickey's, don't do dinner. Do
Yeah?
breakfast. No, the dinner is terrible. The food is terrible.
I've only done it for breakfast. So I don't know.
Any buffet for dinner is
So
generally
just do the
terrible.
breakfast. It's hard to mess up breakfast.
Yeah. No, I would agree with that as well.
I mean, Ohana's not a buffet, but it's all you can eat. Principle.
It is. Yeah. No, it's
But
a
it is
different-
very good. But it's not a buffet.
All right. So, what is the official Magic Our Way recommendation
So
here?
I think we got it split into 2, right? So
Okay.
it sounds like for breakfast we're recommending Ohana.
Well, it sounds like for breakfast we're recommending 1900 Park
1900 Park Fair.
if they're open.
If they're open.
But if
it's
they're not open,
it's Ohana.
it's Ohana.
If you don't want a buffet or all you can eat set up, I would suggest Topolino's brunch.
Yes.
Now for dinner, it sounds like Artist Point.
I don't know what else there would be an option. Like I'm trying to think.
I don't even think Cape May Cafe
Yeah, they get
is
the
dinner,
seafood
right?
buffet.
But is this characters though?
But is it characters? No, I don't think it's characters.
I'd still pick Artist Point.
Yeah, this is all leak questions,
Yeah.
man. Like, is there any other character dinner thing outside the parks?
Not outside the parks.
So that's it. So she's so at least that helps her because there's not many to choose from.
But I would like to put over again, like I've been to the character dining experience at Artist Point twice, and I would put it above certain dinners. Like, you know, when we talked about some of the best dining places that we talked about, Skip Our Canteen, we talked about Be Our Guest, I would put Artist Point, the dining with Snow White and the dwarves and the Evil Queen, I would put that above those options.
And, you know, that's fair. If you're looking for a sit-down restaurant or reservation at the Magic Kingdom, that's nothing but a boat ride or a bus ride away, and it's not that far.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like going to Sanaa from Animal Kingdom. So if you wanted
Sure.
something that was really good quality, that was a sit-down and a character,
5 minutes away.
5 minutes away, I'll hit over the Wilderness Lodge and hit up Artist Point. I think that's fair. I think it's
Yeah.
a fair comparison to like Animal Kingdom to Sanaa. Okay, so there we go.
All right.
There's our character meal references.
We over deliver, don't we?
We do, yeah. And maybe that's why she likes us.
Better
Give her
over
that.
than under, baby.
Well, at least she likes it. A lot of other people are like, will these guys not shut up?
Yeah.
Well, they're
And they've
trolls.
already tuned up.
They don't know.
All right, so everything else has the world. Her second main question that she asks: advice for the kids on a non-park day with grandma and grandpa besides the pool. And she says in parentheses, since it'll likely be cold. And we have stated before that chances are it's a crapshoot in Florida. It may be hot one day, it may be cold one day.
Yeah.
So a pool is not out of the option.
And they're all heated.
And they're wholly heated, so sometimes even on a cold day, it doesn't really matter.
And kids are pretty resilient.
Keep in mind that they do have several rest days, so that, you know, even if some of these things don't apply every day, they can still do the pool on a different day. So let's assume they'll do the pool, you know, a couple days, or, you know, they get back from the parks early or they go to the parks late. Outside of that, I would start with Fort Wilderness.
Fort Wilderness.
Fort Wilderness?
Yeah. Archery, horseback riding.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
So you
Yeah.
want to teach the kids to shoot
You
people?
want them to throw axes too?
Yeah.
What the hell? There's zombie hunting and buffalo scalping.
Yeah.
Wait, time out. I know it's not character technically, but wait, would Hoop-De-Doo be part of
Yeah,
like
Hoop-De-Doo review,
a
that's
character
back.
kind of meal? I mean, they're not the main characters, but
Oh.
they have characters.
I would go with that.
Do you loop that in? Because they do dinner.
Yeah, I don't think you
that's a
want
good
any
one.
of their autographs, but
No?
you'll watch them perform.
I mean, they stay out longer than the characters.
I
do.
mean, I would consider Yeehaw Bob a character.
I was gonna say, yeah, be mindful of the grandparents, because like they're your allies at this point.
pretend grandma and grandpa are taking the kids.
Yeah.
So that Courtney and her hubs can go do whatever.
Yeah, they chill.
And hopefully, maybe they go to Senses and get a massage to get a couples massage.
Oh, that'd be a great
Oh,
way
man.
to spend
Advice.
All property.
adult
there you
time.
go.
Advice.
senses.
Outside
Yeah.
of the world, outside of the park.
That's awesome.
So say they go off and do that, but we're talking about grandma and grandpa to do with the kids. What would you guys say?
Well, easiest thing would be Beaches and Cream for ice cream.
Because it's right there,
It's
absolutely.
right there. Sandy Bottom Pool. I mean, Boardwalk has so much fun stuff to look at and
It is.
do. My God.
They do have they have a big green space that my kids loved running around.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's all you need for like kids that young,
Yeah,
right?
they
Oh,
just-
does a 12-year-old come too?
Making s'mores, that's like kind of a standard
Oh,
thing
yeah.
at
Yeah,
most resorts.
Any resort.
I like the area where like Lee had the race, and you can see boats come in and out.
Kids can run up and down. They don't care. Yeah, I think that's fair.
Something that will keep their attention more than 5 minutes.
Oh, the NBA experience. Oh, wait, that's closed. No, sorry, my bad.
No, that's
Sorry,
tough.
that's closed. You can't do that. Not fun at all, yeah.
The NBA experience would like to be there, but it took its talents to South Beach.
That's right.
I'm done.
I do think that there's something to be said for taking the kids to the Polynesian because they can at least get a Dole Whip.
See that
check
fire
out the
show?
beach, look at the castle from the shore and whatnot.
You might learn how to hula or make beads.
Right.
Yeah, watch
Lays,
dudes spit fire.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just think of any resort. Any resort is going to have all kinds of cool stuff to do.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be staying at that resort to do those activities.
That's 100% correct. Like you can go to either Wilderness Lodge or
I
Animal
was going to
Kingdom.
suggest Wilderness
I was
Lodge.
going to say, because especially if it's cold out, they're going to have a fire pit going. And I think that one's Wilderness Lodge.
I tell you what, Wilderness Lodge, yeah, they'll have the fire pit. They have little games and stuff they could play, like pool and ping pong and maybe other little games while you're waiting for the fireworks at Magic Kingdom. So, yeah, Grandma and Grandpa could take them there. They could play the little games, watch a movie. Most resorts will have a movie somewhere. But I know Wilderness Lodge has it right by the area where you could see the fireworks at Magic Kingdom. So I think that's a good idea,
Yeah.
too. Is it fair to say anything in Disney Springs would be an option
I
for
was
them?
thinking about Disney Springs, yeah.
Do we want Grandma and Grandpa taking them there?
Lego store is good, but I mean, at some point in time, it's like, oh, shoot, we just made Grandma and Grandpa have to buy them a $60 Lego set to take home.
There's the bowling. There's bowling.
There's Splitsville. Yeah, why not? Sure.
Yeah, well, there's
why not?
arcade games there, because you got to give Grandma and Grandpa some time to chill out. That's
There's
how
the
I feel
Marvel
about it.
store. They can roam around the Marvel store, I guess.
Personally, I would take them to Typhoon Lagoon, let them play and catch
I know
Kitty
you
Creek
would.
Yeah.
I'm
the
with
entire
you.
time. I mean, because I have.
Grandma and Grandpa can maybe like wait in the pool or hang out on the
Sure.
beach and while the kids play.
Let me just do my greatest hits
Go for it, baby.
of things outside the park. One thing, group caricature.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Great keepsake for Grandma and Grandpa.
Oh.
There's your grandkids captured. If you want to be in there, cool as well. You go ahead and do that. Yeah, I don't know if COVID used to be you had to leave a picture there. Like you couldn't even sit there with your kids and get the
Oh,
sketch
really?
done right there.
Interesting.
Last time we went. So it depends on how they're doing things now. If they do that, that's a cool kind of thing.
All right.
Just for what it's worth, when we went last time, my kids had sat down in the Animal Kingdom to have their characters done. Now, at the Contemporary, we also had them done, and we gave her the picture, but I think that was more of a time thing because we had a dinner reservation.
I could say that you could do a little bit of resort hopping. So my favorite place to go to, and I think it's a good place for kids, is the Grand Floridian. And it's not just because I'm biased, because it's the Grand Floridian. But in the tile work, there are hidden Disney characters that you can find. And it becomes like an instant scavenger hunt game. And as they're running around doing that, you can have fun interacting that way. You can go grab a drink over at the Enchanted Rose Lounge. And as you're sitting there enjoying the drink, you're like, somewhere in here is Lumiere. Go find him. Somewhere in here is Mrs. Potts. Go find her. Somewhere in here is Cogsworth. You know, it's like you could have some fun in there. Well, depending on what room you sit in. Point being is like, yeah, there are several different things that you can figure out a way to make. And that's not even counting in the shops and the different little activities that you can do there. But then again, if you wanted to park, like resort hop, just ride that monorail along. Then you go to the Polynesian, you have yourself a Dole Whip over there with the kids. And then you go to the Contemporary, and there's that huge arcade.
That's what I was going to say, yes.
Like, Lily had a blast in that arcade while we were waiting for reservations for California Grill.
And that's an area for the grandparents
Sure.
to sit down, kind of chill out, get a soda or something as well. Because, yeah, kids have way more energy than the grandparents do. So you got to give the grandparents a plan so that way they can make the kids burn out all energy they want. Grandparents don't have to expend none. That's how you keep your allies right there.
Exactly. But I mean, but if you want something a little bit more plannable, mini golf is a great thing to do.
Oh, I do always forget about mini golf. Of course.
Eli, me, Hannah, Anna did it before I had a kid. We did Summer Winterland.
Winter Summerland.
There
Yeah.
you go. Thank you.
That's
we
right.
did that one over there by Blizzard Beach. There's the Fantasia one as well. That's a nice little fun thing. Kids get really into that. A lot of good Disney scenery for that. So that's another good thing for the kids to do in and around, and that you won't find in Disneyland, to my knowledge.
No, water skiing, that's another option.
Oh, take one of those
sea
sea racers out.
Exactly.
Let me back up real quick about Fantasia Gardens. There's one caveat. There's two courses at Fantasia Gardens. One has, it has a lot of little things where you hit it through the windmill and that kind of stuff. There's another one that's a miniature version of Augusta, which you don't want to play.
Don't play that.
The professional
The
mini
professional
golfer.
looking way, yeah. It looks like all the little fairways of Augusta and whatnot. That thing is a bitch. My kids got so frustrated. We're just like, I can't even keep it in the damn lane.
There we go. That's
Yes.
a Magic Our Way activity. We're going to go there.
Master it.
We're going to bring a bottle of Angel's Envy, and if you miss it,
We gotta
you
swig.
take a shot.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yes, every time you
I might lose on
swing, you
purpose.
miss, you got to take a shot.
I will be drunk.
You don't even have to ask at the end who won.
Everybody wins, even if they lose.
The winner's the one driving us back.
Pretty much. I envy him.
Here's a recommendation I'd say for grandma and grandpa, and maybe even the kids.
Yeah.
And this is something I've never tried, but I saw this was offered. It's called foot golf.
Foot golf.
Have you
Oh,
seen this?
yeah.
No,
Apparently,
I've
it's
never
like
heard of
golf, but with a soccer ball. So instead of a club hitting the ball, your foot kicks a soccer ball, and they have holes specifically the size of a soccer ball. You can just hit them on, just like golf.
Where? Like, that's a
It's at
hazard?
Oak Trail. I forget exactly where the heck that
Well,
is.
hopefully no one's hiking that wood Oak
Yeah.
Trail.
Watch
You're gonna
out for
twist an ankle and
I know, right? It's a golf course, but apparently on the Oak Trail golf course they have foot golf, kind of like frisbee golf, but it's like with a soccer ball.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
So if the kids like soccer ball or kicking balls and stuff like that, that might be fun for them.
I really thought you were about to say something kinky with the foot golf, but I'm glad
It
you laid
sounds
it out.
kinky. No, to be fair, it
it-
does sound kinky. But I'm reading. When last trip I was there, I was looking at this like foot golf,
Foot
and I
golf.
read it as like soccer but golf. I was like, holy crap! It's like frisbee golf but with a soccer ball. I would have totally done this if I knew this was a thing. But apapparently, it's a thing now.
Wow.
Really?
I guess the
Foot golf.
champion of that is Toker Woods. So
It could
there
be.
you go. There you go.
that's pretty good.
There you go.
Oh, that's
Right off
funny.
the
But
fly.
yeah,
I mean, all
maybe
day.
give us a shot, Courtney. Let them try it and let us know what they think of foot golf.
All right.
I don't know if that's a thing in California or the West Coast. If it's definitely not a thing in Louisiana.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
But
Never.
The first time I heard about it was my last trip in July. Was foot golf,
Foot golf. Okay.
soccer, but golf. I could do that.
He just sounds like Vanilla Ice over there to me. I can kick it.
Yeah.
Yo,
Kick it,
DJ.
kick it. Yes, I can.
Boy. All right. What? Anything else for the grandparents and the kids?
I think we've
I think we've covered it.
I
Yeah.
think we got them laid out pretty
There's
good.
a lot of stuff to do. And look, if you're ever at any loss, ask a cast member.
Yeah.
Because they can clue you in. Like, again, there's so many activities around the resorts.
Oh, absolutely.
And you just so happen to be staying in a great area. Just the boardwalk in and of itself.
Boardwalk, yacht club, beach club. And this is thinking, I mean, it's a rest day, so they're not
Yeah.
going to the park. So they're not going to waste one of their 7 days on the park. Because I was going to say Ratatouille. Just send them to Ratatouille and stand in line. There you go. You covered. You got a whole census thing covered. But no, they're not going to waste a day doing that.
No.
But you could, if you wanted to watch some fireworks, and they're not discriminating, you could sit there outside of the gates and watch
Yeah.
Harmonious just to
100%.
see some fireworks pop off. My little ones loved it, and they didn't really care what the story was.
There's a number of different resorts that you can go to. Longtime listeners are probably bored of hearing me saying this, but book a late dinner at Narcoossee's. You get to see the electrical water pageant come by, which, if you haven't seen it,
Yes.
it's a delight for young kids to see.
Yes.
Especially at Narcoossee's, where you're kind of almost standing right on the water, and you're a few feet away from where it is. You get to see that, and then boom, when the fireworks go off, you get to catch that as well.
Dude, I'll tell you what, if you're grandparent, you're coming from Beach Club, just hop on the Skyliner. You can go to the Riviera Resort. They have long games. So they have cornhole and like big chess sets and just a bunch of different fun
Yes.
things, like horseshoe things and beanbag things.
Hammocks.
There, hammocks, yeah. They could sit there, walk around, play. You could walk around the Caribbean Beach Resort and just take in all the little different little sites. Yeah, man, the Skyliner stuff, a lot of good things that you can be had.
Yeah, it's not like staying at Paradise Pier. It is really a resort destination. They make
Yeah.
sure you've got things to do.
No, that's great. Okay, so we got that. So anything else outside of the parks that we think they should do?
I would just not necessarily that you want to spend a lot of time talking this. Just realize there's a lot of little extras you can do, like the fireworks cruises and the dessert parties. Those are inside the park, but there's all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, various tours, keys of the
Yeah.
kingdom.
Yeah,
That's always good.
Behind the seeds. What was it?
behind the scenes,
Yeah,
living in
there you
land.
go.
Yeah,
So there's a lot of like little extra things that you can do, and you're going to have time to do them because you're there for 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
With
And-
rest days.
So it's a lot of those things that like maybe somebody that's there for 4 days would like to do, but like, well, we don't have time to do that because we got to go to this park all day.
yeah, the likelihood is more that like on these rest days, you're really going to need them because your legs are going to hurt. So
Yeah.
census is a really good option for mom and dad
absolutely.
because
And grandma and grandpa even
Yeah, and grandma and grandpa. In fact, that may be how you treat grandma and grandpa.
for watching the kids. Exactly. Yes.
Horse carriage ride in Port Orleans. That's a cool little thing.
Man, yeehaw Bob.
100%. Is Jelly Roll still open?
Jelly rolls? Yeah, I think so.
Oh, Abracadabra Bar. There you go.
Abracadabra.
Kids get to see some people do some magic.
Raglan Road.
All right, so we have one more category, and this may be just because of the way that she worded this, but this is things outside of the world. I'm assuming off Disney property. So she says this, and this is the exact quote from you. She says, off-site dining reservations for rest days, and they say they love a good steak.
Well, first of all, Steakhouse 71.
I was about to say to start, let's go back on site and go to Steakhouse 71.
Yeah, to me, off-site dining means Disney Springs. That's as far off-site as I'm getting. Kevin, this might be a question more for you.
Because I drive and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, because you drive and you do, like, when I go there, Eli floated this idea earlier about what is one thing you hate to do when you get back?
Yeah, when you come back home.
Yeah, my number one answer, driving.
Driving, oh, nice.
So when I go to Disney, I like not having to drive. And so being on site is one of the best parts of it to me because, I'm just kind of in free flow mode. The offsite to me is Jock Lindsay's. Offsite to me is Morimoto. That's what I'm thinking of because that's as far out as I want to get. You have experienced actual offsite. I've driven
offsite things, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how Uber is.
Uber's pretty solid in Orlando. Like, you can get an Uber just about any time. And
Uber is solid.
They've got a good infrastructure.
Because Uber's better in Florida than California. Because California, I could understand her pain if she's like, because at a certain time for Uber in California, they're like, 10 o'clock. We done.
You're right. I think Uber is a little easier in Florida than California because in California there's only one drop-off point. No matter what, there's one drop-off point. Whereas in Florida there are several. And Uber never put the right drop-off point.
Or the right price.
We always got dropped off at the wrong place at the wrong price.
But that's a different story for a different time, which is in a previous episode.
Sure.
But if her thing is, I want to venture out and use Uber to do it, I want to make sure that that's part of
like she wants to eat something off property.
Yeah, because that means she's out and it's late. And
first of all, Central Florida is not known for like culture and unique restaurants, right? So everything's gonna be brought in. It's like if you want like good Cuban, you go to Miami, which is like 4 hours away, I think.
Oh boy,
it's a little far. All right, so she's truly thinking about outside of the world. If she wants to take a Uber or Lyft or whatever else, maybe she wants to rent a car or something like that. I don't know. But I would say, one of my suggestions I would say was go back to Universal, or maybe you could do this while you're at Universal. And I would suggest at Lowe's Sapphire Falls Resort, there's a restaurant that me and my family went to last year called Amatista Cookhouse, which is absolutely amazing. It's like a mixture of Caribbean, Cuban, Jamaican. They have all different kinds of stuff. They have a pretty killer ribeye over there. So if you do like steak, they have that. I've never had it, but they do have a beef sirloin steak that
I had the sushi at the Lowe's Resort, but not that.
Royal Pacific is a killer resort. There's a lot of good eats there.
That sounds great.
But I took the boat over to Amatista, and they have salmon. They got kind of Brazilian cheese bread, the pão de queijo, a lot of good stuff. They have a strip steak too, if you like that. But Amatista Cookhouse, it's just a big open kitchen concept. It's pretty killer because the kitchen, like when you walk in, the kitchen's to your left. It's all open. You can see them doing your stuff. And the seating's all around it, and it's just this big, wide open hall, big, awesome window, like what do you call it? It starts with a P. The pagoda, panorama windows, pagoda windows. No.
I'm sorry, when I think of dining outside the park, I think of pagoda.
Oh God! Don't do that. Don't do the pagoda.
Don't do the pagoda.
But yeah, Universal, man, Amatista Cookhouse. Go back there or do it while you're there. I think that's a good little place.
Man, that was a good selling point. I got visuals of good eating in my head right now.
Yeah, it was delicious. A couple other things, if you're truly thinking about outside, I would say Pio Pio restaurant.
Pio Pio?
That's my go-to.
That's an awesome, it's Colombia cuisine. It's pretty killer. Kobe Japanese Steakhouse is pretty good. I mean, it's like your typical hibachi, but they do a good job. And one other thing maybe is, and I haven't tried this. I've been wanting to try it. It's the H Orlando, which is a killer steakhouse. And, they have grilled kebabs, seafood places. It's literally called the H Orlando, which I think would be a good place for you to try and let me know how it is because I want to try that as well.
What does the H stand for?
Oh my God.
Oh my God. That was a stripper name.
I thought it was going to be like, holy cow, this steak is awesome.
See, that would have been better. But I went with oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh
my God.
As you can tell, listeners, Kevin goes to church all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
And that is
All the
part of
freaking
what.
time.
At
Coming to
some
the
point in
stage on the
time,
preacher's pulpit.
you have to kneel down and you go, oh
Yeah.
my God.
Oh my God.
But those are the two places I would definitely recommend because I experienced it.
Yeah.
But the last one, I'm just doing it out of selfishness because I want somebody to try it and let me know.
And if you're not talking about outside the park, if you're talking about like
Yeah.
inside the park, but
Inside the world, but not in
Yes.
the parks.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
At the various resorts, basically all of them. Sanaa is great.
Sanaa, yes.
I was gonna say
Narcoossee's is great.
Narcoossee's.
Yes, Narcoossee's.
California Grill is great. Steakhouse 70, that's great.
If you have a more refined palate, maybe Victoria and Albert's while the grandparents
God.
watch the kids.
you bring a change of clothes for Victoria and Albert's because it's fine dining. But yes, that
bring
is
that coat.
the finest of the fine dining. But really, the greatest of the great restaurants at Disney is found outside the parks at the various resorts.
Are there any others that we recommend that's within the world?
Outside the park, all of them. I can't
All of
even.
them pretty good.
Citrico's.
Citrico's, yeah, is another good one.
But yeah, Steakhouse 71, and I'm talking breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah.
You got to try all of it. And if you like steak, then yeah, dinner is definitely good. But I mean, we were there for the breakfast; it was badass. And Lee was there for the lunch, and Danny was there for the lunch, and the burger seems badass.
Yeah, Artist Point, Topolino's.
Artist Point,
my God,
yeah.
you name them. I mean,
Topolino's 100%.
It's tough to narrow down.
Okay.
there's so much good stuff.
I'll refine it.
All right,
Any restaurant at a Disney hotel that is deluxe onward.
that Disney owned. We could say Disney owned, right?
Yeah, Disney-owned deluxe hotel restaurants at any Disney property is going to be delicious. I mean, if you ask me, the best of the best obviously is Narcoossee's. That's where
Yeah.
I'll go with because of the view, the atmosphere,
And the food.
Yeah, the food.
The food
yeah.
at Narcoossee's is I mean, that's. I mean, we don't say that enough. I mean, it's great. I love my experience. The few experiences at
But
Narcoossee's.
Topolino's doesn't offer a view of
Yeah, they've got fireworks.
harmonious.
I mean, they got a great little bar area, and you have
Yeah.
a patio area that you can hang
They
out
pipe
there.
in the music. You
It's
get to hear the whole
gorgeous.
thing. Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
awesome.
the restaurant is good. I think the food is great. I mean, you have to look at the menu at Topolino's dinner because it is, I don't want to say fine dining, but it is definitely a unique thing. But it's all good. Even if you don't think kids could go there, I think kids can still go there. It's a Disney restaurant. And they'll still find something that's delicious.
Put in a couple suggestions to Lee, and we'll narrow it down. You don't just when you book with Lee, the Magic Our Way podcast, you don't just get Lee. Lee can come to us, and we can help narrow down the search.
So yeah, so that's our recommendations for your trip, Courtney, and you still have plenty of time for when this show is released until your ADR deadline, which is November 18th, which is also Lee's anniversary. Mm-hmm. You know, remember that?
Yes, and make him work that day
Yeah, you got a
because
couple.
Lord knows he didn't work enough for his wife.
And we want to know what you end up with. Lee, give us a report of what she ends up with, man. We'd be curious.
Yeah, do a little follow-up.
Yeah, do a little follow up, see what we think. We can help her out. We can live vicariously.
I want that job that she has that she can pull that off because I think the fact that you can do all those things and then have rest days in between. And please get a Long Island iced tea for me, even if grandma and grandpa got to do it. I want that. That's
Courtney, we hope you enjoyed that trip through your planning stages. We're curious to know what you end up with and see what you think about our recommendations for sure. So you know how to get in touch with us, but for any of the listeners out there that want to get in touch with us to share your opinions, we're about to tell you how to do that in just a little bit. Well, guys, we hope you enjoyed that second trip planning episode for Courtney. Look, MagicOurWay.com is the way to go if you want to find our social media links, past episodes, and more. Also, if you want to get in touch with us to share your opinions of what Courtney should do, you can do it through the following ways. Shoot us an email at show@magicourway.com. That is show@magicourway.com. Or call or text us at 1-815-MOWican. That is 1-815
MOWican.
669-4226. And look, make sure you support Eli with his ivorycomics.com, buy his graphic novels, graphic comic books, and also book a vacation through Leave Magical Moments Vacations. But in addition to those ways, there's so many ways to support the show as a whole, and you can find them all on our website, magicourway.com. Plus, if you want to elevate your support of the Magic Our Way podcast, go to patreon.com/Magic Our Way. There you'll find 6 awesome tiers to support this show. Any way in which you can support this show is deeply appreciated. We also want to thank you for being a listener, and we also love hearing from our listeners, just like Courtney. All opinions are always welcome in the Magic Our Way podcast, so make sure you get in touch with us today. So, MOWiCans, We say Kwahariti. My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
Magic out.
I have